Actually really tempted to send the Air Force over here to see what damage we can do while they're still in Poland. Because that would give the Poles a little bit of an easier time. Let's send these two. And these two. And then these two. Yeah, we will. The entire French Air Force is on its way. I think. No, you're not. They're fighting through Prussia. How's this looking? Yeah, that's going to be covering all of the pertinent areas. So we are losing air superiority here, but now we are putting up a fight. And the more planes I can... I was about to say, the more planes I can sink early on, the better. We're not sinking planes, Mordred. That would be silly. We do have a research slot, which I would like to be... engineer company, so we can get better entrenchment. Red means they aren't there yet. That's not true. Red means we're losing the air superiority. Green is you're winning. Orange is contested. Right now they have 1,600 fighters to our 1,500. A lot of bombers. More than I expected. We need more supply here. Constitutionalists want to send me some guns. Go on then. Sweden wants to send me some guns. Go on then. Also, we're out of oil. Now, I am going to start buying oil from America. Wait. Oh, they just have the wrong name here. I see. Not 19. I'm going to buy 4. No, we're still losing. So we're currently generating 3,200 and using 6,300. So we're going to need like 8 sets of oil, probably. Consuming 8. Producing 5. Wow. Our fleets are really oil hungry. 8 and 7. Suddenly all of my production ability is just gone. I have a much bigger air force than I had last time, and it is clearly costing us. Consumption 10,000 a day. I'm seriously going to be left without any... Oh no, we still have a lot of civilian factories actually. We're okay. Just keep buying more, because clearly we need it. What's using the most? Navy. Unsurprisingly. Daily gain 9.7, used 10.5. We need a bit more. And then I guess from the Ark, we'll buy 2. There we go. That is balanced. Grand battle plan complete. Excellent. I would like to have prepared defense, so we can get that defense and organization bonus. We can get that before Germany arrives. That would be even better. Sinking convoys. Not sinking convoys. Whoa! Big fight! Apparently, the Franco-British fleet found the Italian fleet. Most of them have fled. We are about to sink a heavy cruiser. That was bad! Why did I lose all the ships? Heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and 4 destroyers. Unfortunately, that's like the majority of this recon fleet. That sucks. Automatic reinforcement should indeed be turned on. You guys should not be fighting if you can at all avoid it. You guys should be on low risk. You should be not automatic split. Medium risk is fine. Another destroyer to be trained. Hopefully the Bay of Biscay is a safe place to be doing this. Well, we're going to be using a lot of our reserve destroyers, I guess. When did they add fuel? Man the guns. Oh, sorry. Naval stuff, yeah. It's superiority. I mean, this one's red because we are training in it, so it's kind of saying, careful, this is training. But green is superiority, so it's if you have ships present and doing the jobs. And also enemy superiority. If they have more ships than you do to a dangerous level, it will turn red. Plus, there's also the ability to turn off where ships go. So, for example, if I said don't go through the English Channel, I can press that button, and then it becomes yellow. And I can press it again, which becomes red. So if it's yellow, they'll try not to go through it, but they will if they have to. And then red, they will never go through there. And I do want to turn the English Channel off. I also want to turn you off and you off, because those are very dangerous places to go. Not that it should really matter at the moment. Naval battle, 4 convoys. Naval battle. Oh! Finally saw one of the big battles. So this is a massive clash. This is like the British and French Mediterranean fleets versus pretty much the entirety of the Italian Navy. And we have one carrier on our side. Apparently my carrier hasn't arrived. Oh no, this is just my recon fleet. My Mediterranean fleet hasn't even arrived yet. So this is the British Med fleet versus the Italian Med fleet. Same number of guns, roughly. We have more heavy guns. We have a lot more torpedoes. At least that we know of. AA. They have better anti-air. And we have more depth charges, so we're also better against submarines. We do, however, have a bit of a leaky screen. So you want to have 4 screens, that's light cruisers or destroyers, for every capital ship. So because we don't have enough screens to protect the capital ships, a lot more damage is going to be done to the capitals. Most of their fleet's trying to run away. I mean, actually, so is the British. Both sides are trying to run right now. They're like, nope, we don't want to fight this. This is a bad idea. Their pride of the fleet is here. If we can sink that, that's a big war support penalty. British have lost 2 heavy cruisers. We've sunk 1. So the bars here is their progress in escaping. Green is their organisation. That's how long they can stay in the fight. And then I must admit, I don't really understand what organisation in navies does, because they tend to fight until they're out of strength or their strength goes low and then run. I really don't understand what org adds. But we are definitely taking damage here. We sank a heavy, we sank a light, we sank a couple of their screens, a couple of their destroyers. These 2 are sticking in the fight. They think they can win this. They might well be right. So, light ships, or screens, can only shoot ships directly in front of them. Capitals can shoot the ships in front of them and also the second line. And then carriers tend to be in the third line, screened by both sides, as do convoys. Or screened by both screens and capitals. If you run out of org, you have to run. If you take enough damage, then you can choose to run. So we lost 5 destroyers to their 9, 2 heavy cruisers to their 1 heavy cruiser and 1 light cruiser. I would say that overall we lost that. Although it did say victory because we were the last one standing. In terms of losses, we came out worse. Lost a couple of subs. Lost a couple of convoys. Whoa! That's a lot of German convoys. Come on, French subs, do your job. Catch at least some of them. Pretty please. It does look like they're making a run for it. Now my navy gets to fight against their navy. So the Italian fleet has been caught running away from the British fleet, trying to get into port. My ships were just outside of port. We have 100% screening, because I've actually been super effective with my screens. And we do have quite an effective capital fleet. So our capitals will be taking... Actually, I was going to say less damage than theirs, but they're also very well screened. So they have a battleship versus our 5 battleships. 1 heavy cruiser... No, 6 heavy cruisers against our 4 heavy cruisers. So I have the battleship advantage. They have more heavy cruisers, and I think they have just more ships. But I think a large portion of my destroyers are going to be fairly modern. And here come the British. So if you appear on this side and your ships are facing to the right, that's people coming into the battle, or to the left from this side. And if they're facing left, that's them withdrawing, or having already withdrawn. And the Italians are in full flight right now. So we should be able to do a bunch of damage here, because my heavies, especially the battleships, have pretty much got free reign. Constitutionalists have called Poland in as our ally in the Loyalist Civil War. Cool. And there they go. Gone. What do we do? We lost 11 destroyers, they lost a light cruiser, a heavy cruiser, 8 destroyers and 2 convoys. I mean, we came out ahead, but I would have liked to have seen much more damage there. So had we had a more modern fleet, which was faster moving, we could have chased them down and destroyed them, which is why I tend to like faster ships. Light ships can shoot the main line if it's not screened enough. Especially with torpedoes. Yeah, the screen is mostly to protect against torpedoes, which do critical damage. But at the moment the screens are very effective, so torps aren't getting through. I don't even know if my destroyers have torps. I have not even looked. We've been building these. We do have torpedoes. We have actually very good torpedoes. But we're slow. Level 1 engines. One half of America called in Poland as an ally in their civil war. Yeah, so the Constitutionalists have joined the Allies, so me and Britain are on their side, and Poland, because Poland still exists, and the Loyalists have the Axis on their side, so that's going to be Italy and Germany fighting on with them. I suspect that our Canadian allies are actually going to make a fair bit of difference here. And apparently the Soviets on our side as well. Interesting. No Canadians yet. Please tell me we've called Canada in. We have. How's the battle here in Poland going? We still own the 2 air bases, which is the important thing. That's basically what I'm contributing, and we have no fuel. Daily gain 2.9. Whoa, okay. Suddenly, the oil exports from the Americans has just disappeared. Have they just lost Texas? Yep. Actually, they had already lost Texas. So the Constitutionalists still have the industry because they own this area. So I think ultimately they will still win. Especially if this cuts off. They need to take 2 more provinces and they get that cut off. In fact, they need 1 more province and they get the cut off. But I need to buy oil from somebody else, probably the Soviets. Or Venezuela, or the Netherlands. Let's buy some from the Netherlands. You know what, we do actually want a strong Soviet here. They should be on our side. Has that made any difference? Because we are getting big penalties while we have no fuel. Kind of glad I checked that. Okay, now we're generating some. So we have spares. It does look like the Brits are on their way over to America. And because of our naval superiority, I doubt that any of the Italians or Germans are going to be able to make it over. In fact, that might be what we were trying to sink. That might well have been like German reinforcements being sent to America. Considering how many convoys there were, that's entirely possible. Oh, yes. Africa. That's a thing that exists. Turn off. You need to stop doing that and form a front line here. Going here. And you are all present in North Africa this time, so yes, you can do that. Perfect. I would prefer it, though, if you went along the coast. Way more important. Can't believe I almost forgot them. That would have been bad. And we're not at war with Japan yet, so that's not particularly relevant. And China is doing a good job containing the Japanese. I mean, the Japanese have made some gains, but certainly not to the same level as previously. There's a lot of fights going on here. German submarines have already gone out quite deep. Interesting. How are you guys training? You're ready. Excellent. I would like you to be on a full back line. And quite frankly, in the same line as these guys. So I can send you out as necessary. If I spot some medium tank divisions, we go and squish them. It's like the Vicksburg campaign in the first American Civil War, where they cut off down the Mississippi. It does look suspiciously like they're trying to pull that off, although they are in danger of themselves. Oh, no, they have in fact been cut off. Not good. German pressure towards Benelux following the breakout of war with France. Germany has applied greater diplomatic pressure than ever on the countries of the Benelux. Oh dear. And Warsaw is now under attack. As soon as Warsaw falls, I need to shift my air force back to France. It does look like Warsaw is going to fall fairly soon. Still sinking a couple of convoys and things. And over here, convoys, convoys. I have to hand it to them. The Poles have fought bloody hard. Actually, have they? 30,000. Quite a few Italians have died. Have they been attacking me? Nope. Poland capitulated. There it goes. Fall of Warsaw. German forces advancing in Poland have succeeded in capturing Warsaw. Sporadic fighting continues in Prague and a few other districts, but organised resistance in the city seems to have ceased. So I need to grab my air force, wherever they may be now. Because we are about to get attacked. Hard. Where are my tactical bombers? Oh, they are there as well. Okay. Everyone's apparently here. The Slovakians think that they can get through Maginot. They were dead wrong. And mostly dead. Okay, so we have a shortage of artillery, we have a shortage of light tanks, we have quite a few light tank destroyers. Luxembourg has joined the Allies, so this is about to be attacked. Do I want to change up my production at all? We have a lot of anti-tank now. Let's reduce that. Let's increase light tanks slightly. And what are we constructing? We are now doing the radar stations, which is good. Just in time for the air battle. And we are probably trying to repair the entire navy right now. Yeah, that's a lot of ships requiring repairs. Blimey. Naval bomb the Med. I'm naval bombing the English Channel to see if I can catch any German subs trying to sneak out. Ajiga and Rus, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Still no attack on the Netherlands. They've talked about it, they thought about it, and they decided, you know what? No, it's a silly plan. Luxembourg's capitulated. That's 1 down. 2 to go.
Attention.
I'm not leaving any reserves around Maginot because I don't think I'm going to need them. Leaving most of my reserves in the north. United Kingdom has called the Netherlands in as our ally. The Netherlands joined the Allies. German Reich has declared war on the Netherlands. They didn't immediately declare war on Belgium, so we can't sweep through Belgium to go and reinforce them. Radar is pretty important. What are we researching? Field hospitals. I would very much like to be able to add field hospitals to our armies. I somewhat doubt I'm going to be able to. Especially because I don't have the tech for them yet. I thought that was field hospital 2, but it's not. Well, if I'm going to be adding field hospitals to a lot of different units, I'm going to need a lot more motorized and a lot more support equipment. So let's tone down the number of guns we're doing. We'll switch up motorized to that. And then we'll try to replace more guns. I think I'm going to have to reduce the number of tanks I'm doing as much as I would have liked to have done otherwise. Panay incident. Loyalists and British gunboats were attacked by Japanese aircraft in separate incidents today while evacuating Western civilians from the front line in the war between Japan and China. Despite being clearly marked as a Loyalist vessel, the USS Panay was hit by 2 bombs and sunk, with 3 Loyalists and 1 Italian citizen killed and others wounded. In a separate attack on the HMS Ladybird, 1 British sailor was killed. Luxembourg has joined the Constitutionalists as our ally. Dutch East Indies have joined the war. So Indonesia's on our side now. How are we feeling about an attack over here, guys?
Attention.
Good. I mean, I know you are colonial troops. You're not nearly as strong. I would say, sure, let's go for it. Also, the colonial troops, I really do need to change your icon so I can tell who you are more easily. And I'm also going to change your icon to that. And there's Belgium. Germany's declared war on the Belgians. Here it comes. Wait for it. Been trying to get into this game for a while. What's a decent nation for the beginner? I just tried a small nation, stay out of everything, but that didn't end up happening. Yeah, don't play as a small nation in this. Certainly not at the start. My strong recommendation would be Italy. Play as Italy. Because Italy, you can do a bit of everything. You can basically experiment. You can be on land, you can be in the air, you can be at sea, and you're decent at any of those theatres. And if you do massively screw up, Germany's got your back. USSR occupies eastern Poland. Soviet troops have occupied eastern Poland, officially for the purposes of protecting Belarusian and Ukrainian minorities. I have 8. All of my dockyards are currently being used for naval repairs. I mean, I do desperately need more. Right. Maginot wasn't actually extended yet. That's a slight problem. I'd forgotten about that. How long do we have to hold? 27 days. Soviets aren't bad either. It's hard to mess up with the Soviets against the AI. I mean, the problem with the Soviets is they are just overwhelming. If you just want to learn, then Italy. On your second game, maybe the Soviets or Germany. The Belgians are actually attacking back into Luxembourg. That's a good thing. Philippe Leclerc falls ill. In his service to France, it seems that Philippe Leclerc has pushed himself too far. That's annoying because you're my Africa Corps commander. You know what? You should be going there. Cut those 3 off. They don't have a port or anything to resupply. Legionnaire Bulgaria has joined the Axis. Netherlands is actually putting up a fight. It's good. Well done, Holland. 2 units attacking that. Fine. Let's get you some planning prep, and then you'll be able to take that out, I think. In fact, the faster you do it, the better. Okay, maybe not that fast. Stop. Stop. Just do that one. That's also failing. Alright, hold off. Get your strength back, and then try again. We got some technology. That's going to be... also need oil refining. No, concentrated industry. We're a year behind on my construction stuff, which really sucks. I almost always prioritize industry first. I just had other things to do. Oh dear, I actually crossed. I never see that. This straight crossing is a pain. How are we doing? 19 days remaining. Okay, so I feel like you could actually be a tiny bit closer to the action. Something like this. It's too bad that you've not been able to build up any planning preparation. That would have been extremely useful. Oh, you only just called Canada in. That would explain why the Canadians haven't been involved. And Malaya. And New Zealand. And they did actually manage to re-link up with their lost units. So this war is not over. They did, however, lose LA, which is a large industrial base. Just so you know, I know your French is not the best, but the C at the end of Leclerc is silent, so it's Leclerc. Okay. Thank you. Send in the tanks to test how they fight. No. I don't want to waste equipment. I'm going to have little enough as it is. And there goes the Netherlands. There goes Belgium on the same day. Oh dear. Alright, let's do a quick save here because things are about to get bad. Is there anything I could do? We could start doing some war propaganda actually to build up the war support. I like that idea. Well, we may also need manpower law change. No, we're going to hold off for the time being. And we now have a solid line here, so I'm going to cancel you. I'm going to cancel... No, I'm not going to cancel you. I'm going to say front line from there. Well... No, you're going to be responsible for Metz. The Blues are going to be responsible for everything up to the river. And now that's going to have the advantage of allowing me to actually draw battle plans. I can start getting you some planning preparation for counterattacks. I really should do that for you as well. You know what? I will. Make your line slightly different so I can actually tell you apart.